Voila. Hello. These are my views and opinions for artists looking to venture into tattooing for the first time without a foot in the door first. Everyone's journey is different and no one's journey is wrong. So I appreciate everyone who watched the last video. It's nice to see some cool comments. It's it is probably my first proper video. Thank you for everyone who watched. This time I'm going to talk about apprenticeships. Share some insight on how or what is a good way to go about looking for an apprenticeship. It's hard nowadays. There's so many tattooists out there, so many people looking for apprenticeships. Everyone wants to draw, it's a cool job, people want to get involved. Let's not beat around the bush. A lot of the time people want to become tattooists because they think it involves a rock star lifestyle. That's absolute bullshit. There's a lot of work that goes into this job and it can be fun, but you have to put the work in. You have a long way to go before you can start taking a backseat, picking the tattoos that you want to do, you know? Whereas I'm in a privileged position now where I can turn down stuff I don't want to do and I take on only the things I do want to tattoo. I've been tattooing for a long time, so I've worked my way there. But it wasn't like that. For the first 8 years, it was just basically more for the money. I enjoyed drawing, I enjoyed illustrating, I enjoyed art, so it was nice to be able to do that every day, but I was taking on a lot of stuff that I wasn't enjoying to tattoo because I probably wouldn't have drawn it outside of the studio. So my first bit of advice is to draw. Like you've got to be happy with your art. You have to look at it and think, I'd love to have that on my body. Or better yet, not think about tattoos at all. You just have to be happy with your art. Do you look at it and go, yeah, that's really cool actually. I like that. Artistically, I like that. Obviously not every kind of art will work as a tattoo. That if you've got to a point where you're deciding that you think you might get into tattoos, then your artwork is basically within reach of becoming a tattoo at some point, if that makes sense. You're better off to be happy with your artwork before you even set foot at the house to go and ask tattoo studios for an apprenticeship. When I've had people come to the studio asking for apprenticeships, one of my biggest pieces of advice, when they show me their portfolio, and the portfolio is mainly pictures of what looks like their ideas of tattoo flash, I say go away, forget about tattoos, just make art for fun. You know, you will adopt your own style more so, and a tattoo shop might be more willing to take you on if they see someone who has it in them to be an artist. Once you've got some drawings together that you're proud of, you're happy with, and you want to go ahead with, make an online presence. Get your Instagram, or make an Instagram for your art, or at least, you know, start flooding that into your normal Instagram. Make a website, make anything you can show your art off in. If you can start building up an online presence before you've even got into the tattooing with your art, it will be a lot easier for you to then start to gain customers with your tattoos online, because you've already started a base to go from. So start making an online presence. Once you've got an online presence, you have a good basis to start approaching shops. So now you're comfortable with your drawing, you've built up a bit of a following for your art and for your drawing, and now it's time to approach the studios. Don't be afraid to even ask your favourite studios. Get out there and just ask them all. You will get turned down. It will suck, but you won't know unless you've messaged or emailed them first. You've got to just try. You may as well. You have nothing to lose. No one's going to think any less of you for trying. They're not going to think anything of you if you don't try at all. So you're better off getting your name on the radar and get messaging people. It will help. Just straight away, getting right out there. Better yet, just visit studios. You could print off some things, put them in a folder, go old school with it, or just take a card with your Instagram on, or have your Instagram ready on your phone, I mean, I think portfolio comes across more professional, but this day and age, who knows, man? Maybe just a website will do. Really depends on the shop, and you know, first of all, if they're willing to even look at it. But it's always worth it. When we've had people in here, I'm not taking on apprentices, but I will look at their portfolio, and I will tell them if I personally think they should keep, they're like ready to try studios, I'll recommend them some studios to go searching, or just convince them, give them a bit of oomph to go and look around. If not, then I'll just say to keep drawing. Just, you know, like you may as well keep drawing and get a leg up in that field first before you go off looking for apprenticeship in studios. The biggest put off for me when someone comes in is an ego. Confidence is attractive. There's an egotistical kind of confidence, a confidence where, you know, you walk in, you own the place. You don't own this place. Don't come into my studio acting like you own the place. Just come in confidently. How can I speak to someone who could help me? I just want them to have a little look from my portfolio. Maybe they can give me some advice on an apprenticeship. Perfect. It makes it easier for other people to talk to you if you seem confident. Not cocky, not egotistical, but confident. Because you're stepping into our territory. We're confident in here. This is our home. So we might be put off talking to you if you seem really shy. Or, you know, maybe we'd feel like, we don't want to make you feel worse, let's not talk in the studio, maybe give us a call. You don't want that, you want to talk to them there. Just be confident, just come in and ask. Like, no, everyone will look at you when you walk in, but no one's judging you. They've just seen someone come in, maybe they think it's another customer and they're all hungry for some more work. Maybe they just heard a sound and turned around. And you're nothing to them at the moment, you're just a possible customer. So, confidence. Don't worry when people look at you, you're all good. Someone will come and talk to you, because no one wants to leave someone just standing there. Like for us, we don't have a desk in the front, so when people come in, they're just standing in the doorway. So one of us always makes the effort to go up and talk to them, close to close. Not shout across the room, but go up and talk to them. And I'm quite sure a respectable studio will have someone that does that as well. You will get turned down 99.9% of the time. But don't let that put you off. Just keep pushing. And the last piece of advice I could probably give, which coincides with that, is don't settle for the first place that says yes. A lot of studios are hungry for some free labour. You are not free labour. Have respect in yourself, basically. You should just be treated with respect, you know. Follow the rules that they set of their studio, but there's nothing wrong with being treated with respect. You've worked hard, it's taken a lot of balls to go to these places, so yeah, let them treat you right. Anyway, I hope that was all of some help to anyone starting out in this world. Thank you, I appreciate it, and I really appreciate everyone who watched the last video. Comment, like, subscribe to this. Get any ideas for the videos that I could do next? Drop me a DM on Instagram, drop me a comment here, and I'll speak to you next time. Thank you.